Coming up on Hawk TV News, another winter storm is preparing to blow through northeast Nebraska. We will introduce you to some new members of the Northeast staff, and we'll go behind the scenes of Northeast's latest theater production. Hawk TV News starts now. Welcome to this edition of Hawk TV News. I'm Jordan Stevens. Thanks for joining us. Northeast Nebraska is bracing for another winter storm. A winter weather advisory is in effect from noon Wednesday to noon Thursday. Mixed precipitation is possible with a total snow accumulation of 2 to 6 inches and an ice accumulation of around 1/10 of an inch. Winds could gust as high as 40 miles per hour. You should plan on some slippery road conditions. The hazardous conditions could impact your morning and evening commute. The cold wind chill is supposed to be as low as 15 below zero, which could also result in hypothermia if precautions are not taken. Stay tuned to Hawk TV for the latest weather developments, and Alex Casson will be in with more on your weather later in the newscast. At the beginning of February, a new vice president joined the education department of Northeast Community College. Keely Peck was there to meet this new vice president and what they have to offer.
Halfway into the spring semester, and so many changes have already occurred around campus. So let's talk about someone who has recently joined our Northeast Community College team. On February 1st, 2023, Dr. Charlene Widener joined the college administration and was given the title Vice President of Education Services at Northeast, which leaves us all wondering, who is she and why did she choose Northeast?
I have a passion for community college students. I hope that that's the thing that people who get to work with me or maybe I get to work with them learn about me, and if they say nothing else about me when they leave the room, I hope that's what they say. I know that the reason why I sit in this chair today and that I have had the successes in my life that I've had and the opportunities that I have had is because of community college. It's because of community college faculty. It's because people who cared about me and who asked how I was doing and got me help. That comes from the fact that I'm a community college student. So I know the power of the community college. And so I hope to accomplish, and everything that I do is help students every day.
Dr. Widener also talks about what future changes will mean for her and for the campus and how these changes will be decided.
I'm sure that we'll have changes that come down the road. Some of those will be changes that we talk about as a faculty, as a staff, as a division, and we decide we want to do. And some of those will be changes that we'll have to do because of accreditation or federal requirements. So yeah, there'll probably be changes down the road. I have no idea what those might be yet, but I look forward to them. Change doesn't frighten me. Personally, I change every single day, and I hope I get better by all the things that I learn. I think the key to change is making sure that we change together as much as we can, and also explaining why we're changing. And sometimes that's because the change, once we get through it's going to make our lives easier. And sometimes the why is because we don't have a choice. There's a new federal regulation that says we have to do blah, 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 blah. And so now we need to do it. Explaining the why is very important. But yeah, I'm sure there'll be changes. I don't have any idea what yet.
Widener would also like to encourage anyone to feel free to stop by and say hello. And she hopes you grow to love her as someone who helps students every day.
I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me. It's great to meet students. I don't get a chance every day to interact with students, so it's really nice to have that opportunity, and I'm very happy to be here. I hope to be part of the Northeast tradition for a long time.
We at Hawk TV want to welcome Dr. Widener to our wonderful team and hope she has a great time here. For Hawk TV News, I'm Keely Peck.
In January, the campus of Northeast Community College hired a new campus advocate. The position helps students who may be struggling in various areas of life. Hawk TV News reporter Alex Caston introduces us.
Taylor Van Pell is a senior at Wayne State College. She is from a small town in South Dakota and recently got a job at Bright Horizons and a part-time job at Northeast Community College. Bright Horizons provide resources for survivors of domestic violence and sexual assault, among many others.
I literally just be a person who cares on this campus.
I recently went to one of the Unlocked events, which was Let's Talk About Sex with Crystal Stubb. It really opened my mind to what sex education is and how we can prevent sexually transmitted diseases.
So we're going to be getting another licensed counselor along with an intern. So that's going to help, just the fact that we have more people on staff able to help.
Taylor's office is located in the upper level of Union 73, room 224. You can also call 402-992-38 to set up an appointment. Reporting at our level of Union 73 for Hawk News, I'm Alex Cassidy.
Thank you, Alex. The next Unlocked event is scheduled for Monday, February 27th at 2 in the afternoon in Union 73. The topic of discussion is consent and French fries. The Northeast Theater Department is holding auditions for their upcoming play, Almost Maine. Hawk TV News reporter Jordan Stevens has more information. Almost Maine is several different stories wrapped up into one. I had a chance to talk to director Adam Peterson to get more information.
Almost Maine it's just a really cool production. It takes place in a fictional town called Almost Maine. You know, get the joke. Yeah. But it's really represents more Midwestern values, things that we would identify and connect with here.
Adam also told me about what goes into the audition process for the show.
But auditions are typically people will come in, we'll do some theater exercises, games, and then after that people will do readings of scenes. Now, something I hate to do is put a script into somebody's hand that they've never seen before.
Auditions are tonight at 7 p.m. in the Cox Activity Center Theater and are open to the public. For more information, contact Adam at northeast.edu. For Hawk TV News, I'm Jordan Stevens. Nebraska has some of the highest property taxes in the country. WalletHub ranks Nebraska as the 9th highest when comparing real estate and vehicle property taxes. WalletHub says Nebraska's effective real estate tax rate is 1.67%. That's over 5.5 times the state with the lowest effective real estate tax rate, Hawaii. WalletHub says that the state with the highest property taxes is New Jersey. Pinnacle Bank Arena in Lincoln is partnering with DoorDash to allow mobile ordering from concession stands inside the arena. The partnership allows visitors to order and pick up food and drink from select concession stands using the DoorDash app. The new feature was first used during the February 2nd Nebraska women's basketball game. Coming up on Hawk TV News, Alex will be in with a closer look at your weather. The Biden administration is out with the latest immigration policy, and a U.S. railroad is in trouble after a recent toxic derailment. You're watching Hawk TV.
Hi, I'm Dr. Shelley Flace with today's tip for kids from the American Academy of Pediatrics. The nicotine in e-cigarettes is addictive and can harm brain development. That's why I worry about teens who try e-cigarettes. Many young people use pod-based e-cigarettes like Juul, which have high levels of nicotine. And because teens' brains are still developing, they can quickly become addicted. The tobacco industry uses fruit and candy flavors to attract young people, often turning them into lifelong users. For more, visit healthychildren.org.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Have fun. Hey, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path, because when you talk, they hear you.
I'm a licensed practical nurse. I work in rehab, long-term care, and assisted living facilities. When I look at my residents, I see my mom, my dad, and I'm giving the respect and the care I would want. We are protectors of our residents. Their safety, their health, and happiness are 3 things that we're working on 24/7. We've taken an oath to do that, but it's in our hearts to do that.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens? Fact, More than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
Welcome back to Hawk TV. I'm Alex Gaston with your Washington's birthday forecast and your national news. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low of 21, blustery with east winds 6 to 11 miles per hour, becoming north-northeast at 17 to 22 miles per hour after midnight. Winds could gust as high as 34 miles per hour. Tomorrow, aka Washington's birthday, we have a winter weather advisory in effect at noon. We'll see a high of 26 with snow likely, possibly mixed with sleet, becoming all snow after 5 p.m. Then cloudy with the temperature falling to 21 by 8 a.m. with gusts as high as 36 miles per hour. No snow and sleet, accumulation of less than 1 inch possible. Thursday, a high of 9 and with wind spread blowing snow mainly before 7 a.m. Mostly cloudy and cold with a high of 9 degrees. Windy with northwest winds up to 27 to 32 miles per hour. Winds could gust as high as 48 miles per hour. We could see up 2 to 6 inches of total snowfall. Currently, the temperature is sunny and 42 degrees, feels like 35, and southeast winds at 13 miles per hour. That is your latest forecast. For other updates, log on to khwkhawktv.com or listen to 101.7 The Nest. To your national news. Our first story is a powerful winter storm is bearing down on millions from the west coast to the Midwest. Winter storm warnings are posted in numerous spots in Washington, Oregon, California, Arizona, Utah, and Colorado. Blizzard warnings dot much of the eastern South Dakota and southern Minnesota. As we mentioned here at home, there is a winter weather advisory in effect beginning tomorrow at noon and continues till Thursday at noon. The Biden administration is out with a new immigration policy that seeks to limit asylum. The protection would not be available to those who apply before entering Mexico. In order to seek asylum, migrants must schedule a time to arrive at a port of entry, but there would be exceptions for some victims of trafficking. Norfolk Southern is being ordered to pay the EPA to pay for the cleanup associated with the toxic train derailment earlier this month in East Palestine, Ohio. Administrator Michael Regan promised testing of the town's air and water within the evacuation zone would also continue. That was a commitment underscored by Governor Mike DeWine in his order promise to not leave East Palestine behind. The grand jury in the Georgia election probe involving former President Trump is recommending multiple indictments. That's according to the New York Times. The forewoman of the jury told the Times it is not a short list, but she declined to say who specifically the special grand jury recommended for indictment. When asked whether jurors had recommended indicting Trump, the forewoman said, "You won't be surprised." The bulk of the report regarding alleged actions to overturn the 2022 election remains sealed. Coming up on Hawk TV, Keeley's with your sports focus. We got an update on Northeast sports, Nebraska men's basketball, and Max Dugan. All this and more coming up.
Every year, 4.5 million young adults between the ages of 18 and 24 visit the ER.
It's every parent's nightmare.
Umergency gives you all the tools you need to quickly and effectively manage your family's emergency. Umergency provides instant access to vital resources, customized to your student's campus and local community, digital consent form, and built-in urgent alert button. Umergency gives you peace of mind when you need it most. Download your Umergency app now.
Yes, I'm a smoker. And yes, I'm aware I should quit. I get pressure from everyone I love and everything around me.
Smoking is really, really bad for you.
Yet sometimes that pressure alone is enough to make me want to light up.
At 1-800-QUIT-NOW, we get it. With free coaching services and nicotine gum, patches, or lozenges, we're here for you. No lectures, no judgment. Call us at 1-800-QUIT-NOW today.
I was given a prescription opioid pain medication that lasted a lot longer than the pain itself. And within only a few months, I was completely addicted. I lost everything. And I started to watch my life slip away. These drugs are addictive. One prescription can be all it takes to lose everything.
There's a place to share gossip about the office party fun, and a place to share the story you tell everyone. There's a place to share a laugh about when things went wrong, and a place to share the video of you dancing to your song. There's a place to share spare change, lunch, and your time. But we could all be better at sharing how we're feeling inside. 76% of employees have struggled with at least one issue that affected their mental health. When you share, you're not alone.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Keely Peck, and I am here with your sports news for the week. Northeast Hawks played some games this weekend, with the women playing a basketball game this Saturday and the men playing 4 baseball games over the weekend. It seems the Hawks did really well. Starting with Saturday, the Hawks women's basketball won against Marshalltown Community College with a final score of 92-63. But along with the women's victory on Saturday, the men's baseball starts off not so great. Their Saturday baseball games of the season ended up as losses against Neosho County Community College. The final score for the first game was 7-5 and 10-8 for their second game. Neosho County was victorious for both games. However, Sunday was much better as the men's baseball next back-to-back games were victorious against Neosho County. Hawks won 3-0 the first game, then 4-3 for their second game, leaving Sunday as a success. The next home games plan to be this Saturday, February 25th, with the women and men's basketball. The women plan to play at 1 p.m., with the men playing after at 3 p.m. Go Hawks! Houston is once again the top team in the country. The Cougars received 24 first-place votes in the college basketball coaches poll to climb back to the top of the rankings. Alabama, UCLA, Kansas, and Purdue round out the rest of the top 5. Texas and Iowa State were the 2 schools that took the biggest drop. Each team fell 3 spots, with the Longhorns now 8th and the Cyclones are 21st. Northwestern took the biggest jump, going from outside the rankings to 22nd. TCU was the only school left out of this week's top 25. Nebraska notched its 3rd straight win. The Cornhuskers downed the visiting Maryland Terrapins 70-66 in overtime at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Derek Walker led the Huskers with 23 points as Nebraska improved to 14-14. Nebraska remains 12th in the Big Ten with a 7-10 conference record. The Huskers return on Saturday afternoon at home against Minnesota. TCU quarterback Max Duggan was honored one more time last night before he heads to the NFL. Duggan was given the Davey O'Brien Award, which recognizes the best college QB in the country. Duggan led the Horned Frogs to an undefeated regular season and the first playoff win in program history. He is the first TCU player to win the O'Brien Award, which is named for the last quarterback to lead the Frogs to the national championship. Coming up next, Alex is back with our entertainment news. We got an update on President Carter, Oscar crisis, and what is so viral about an empty bookshelf. Find out this and more after the break.
From the moments that shape our lives to those that shape our days, broadcasters are there, delivering the most trusted news that keeps you informed when it matters. We are your neighbors, a trusted voice, a lifeline. We are broadcasters. Text TV to 52886 and let Congress know you depend on your local TV and radio stations. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
I have a voice in the freedom to express it.
I have my faith as a freedom of religion.
I find the truth and have the freedom to share it.
I have a cause and the freedom to peacefully assemble.
I have a concern and the freedom to petition my government.
Think first. Know your 5 freedoms of the First Amendment. Go to thinkfirstamendment.org to learn more.
My dad's addiction and death from overdosing on opioids has taught me it's likely that everybody knows somebody who is struggling with this very problem. Losing my mentor, my best friend. He took one pill too many that ultimately killed him.
There's nothing in the way. There's nothing left to say. There's just a perfect just wanna stay here now.
Welcome back to Hawk TV with your entertainment news. I'm Alexander Casson. Our first entertainment story is people in Georgia are rallying around former President Carter while he spends his final days in his hometown of Plains. The nation's oldest living president is receiving hospice care and is said to be surrounded by loved ones. This comes as admirers across Georgia are sending out well wishes. At 98, he's offering a single about being at peace with death. As he discussed openly in 2015, he said it's in the hands of God and will be prepared for anything that comes. The Oscars will have a crisis communications team this year after last year's incident when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. The Academy CEO says a rapid response team will be set during the March 12th award ceremony. He told Time magazine the organization realized it needs to be prepared for events that aren't planned during the ceremony. A viral video appears to be having consequences for one teacher in Florida's DeVille County. Mandarin Middle School substitute teacher Brian Conroy has been fired after he posted a video online last month that showed empty bookshelves in the school's library. The video got millions of views, but the district says it was misrepresentation and it violated their social media and cell phone policies. Republican Governor Ron DeSantis also said the video was a fake narrative. The 39-year-old Conroy says he was fired last week. He tells the Washington Post he never told not to record videos in the library, and he never heard anything until the governor, in Conroy's words, kind of blew it up. BTS's Jimin has announced the upcoming release of his first solo, Face, is due out March 24th. It follows the release of his collaborative single, Vibe, with industry veteran Taeyang of Big Bang. The vocalist is like every other member of BTS, has released solo songs in the past, but this will be his first standalone project, so far no track list or initial single has been announced. That's all for this week's edition of Hawk TV News. Don't forget tomorrow in the Lifelong Learning Center from 9 p.m. to midnight, the formal dance is on. Formal attire is encouraged but not required. It is free with your current Northeast/UMMC student's ID or $5 for guests. The basketball season comes to an end on Saturday. The Northeast men and women play North Iowa Area Community College at the Cox Activity Center at 1 for the women and 3 for the men. And also don't forget to stop by the upper level of Union 73 next Monday for the consent and french fries as part of the Student Health and Counseling Unlocked program. Check out 1017 The Nest for updates on your Washington's birthday forecast, or log on to khwkhawktv.com. Also listen at 5 or 6 Monday through Friday for daily news updates. Have a great night and Washington's birthday, everyone.